morning. We are here in a brand new environment. We're at our local ski slope in the lodge. She's never been here before, so this is what I would call a novel environment. And we're just gonna work on one behavior today. We're gonna work on the down. Good girl. So I haven't talked with the owners about a hand command for the down. Most people point their hand down. Hazel, down. Good girl. My dogs, I like to raise my hand for down. This way they can see from a long distance away. But from what I see, down. Good girl. Most people tend to point to the ground and say down. Hazel. Down. Good girl. So I think I'm gonna start adding a little duration to this, because she doesn't seem like she's gonna move right away until I click. Down. Good girl. So what we're doing there is we're marking duration. She's going into the down, but I want to keep her in that down for a while. And that will help us when we start working on the stay command. Hazel. Hazel. Like I said, there's some distractions in here. There's food on the floor. Down. Good girl. Really just one piece of corn kernel on the floor, it looks like. So when you're weighting them out and you're marking for duration, you gotta be careful, because they're trying to get you to click. They want that down. Good girl. They want that click, so they go into the down, and then they might start trying to throw out other behaviors to get you to click. So if you wait too long, they'll get up. So it's important to vary the time that you wait. So I'll click sometimes as soon as she goes down, and then I'll just increase duration, and then go back and forth. Good girl. Hazel, down. And it's all about the dog that's in front of you, training the dog that's in front of you. You know, you can have a pretty general guideline of how you train most puppies, but it's gonna vary between each puppy, how fast paced you move from one thing to the next. Hazel, down. Good girl. Just found out, looks like my wife and I and kids are gonna be getting another puppy. So when I'm done with the puppy sitting, with this girl, I'll be getting mine at the end of that same week. So I'll be doing videos with another puppy. Down. Good girl. So that's pretty exciting. Down. And there's so many different little things you can do with marker-based training that can help you and your dog. Down. So just because I want to show you something else, something I always train my dogs is to touch my hand with their nose. And that works out really good if you're out walking your dog and you're healing with your dog. And there's some like heavy distractions. You put that to a verbal cue, touch, and then you can just have your hand there and they'll touch your hand as you're walking and keep them, focused on you rather than the distractions out there. I know I said I was just going to do one behavior, but I wanted to show you. This is a really easy one to teach because you put your hand out and puppy's curious. And they're just going to naturally go over and you can get it pretty quickly onto a verbal cue. Touch. Touch. Good girl. Oh, found the jackpot. You're not going to get that yet. And I've never done this with her. I just know from experience that when you put your hand out, the dog is going to come over and investigate when they're a puppy. Of course, everything good comes from the sand. All her food does. Touch. Good girl. Touch. Oh. She was still eating. Chewing up that kibble. Touch. 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 So I made sure not to click when her paws hit my hand, but it was when her nose hit my hand. Hazel. Here. Touch. Good girl. Down. Hazel, Hazel. Good. So it's hard when you go from one behavior to another, especially, like I said, we're in a new environment, lots of distractions. It's quiet, but there's a lot of distractions, a lot of smells. Down. Good girl. Hazel. Down. All right, thanks for watching.